These are 3 hard-earned jewels that'll save you blood, sweat, and tears. We have to learn them the long way. You don't have to.
1, 2.
It's 3 the hard way.
What I'll do is, like, let's say if I'm working on a project, I have documentation of like, here's what we had a meeting about today. Here's what we accomplished this week. Here are some things that we need to get done. I think for me, like, writing it down and being able to go back to it is so valuable. And in writing things down, like, I'm able to like keep track of like my achievements, right? So I know like the little things that I've been able to accomplish on a weekly basis. When I go back and look at those things that I was able to accomplish, it's a lot more motivating. You know, a lot of times we stay focused on the things that might not be going right. When you're able to see the things that you're able to get done, it's a big motivator to keep pushing and keep going forward. So I like to keep track of those things. I think it's time to change directions when the situation becomes too stressful, when it feels like it's more of a burden and you're not really learning as much anymore, when you're looking forward to Fridays instead of Mondays. So the weekend even becomes stressful, right? When you start a job, typically there's an agreement between you and the employer, right? You're going to render a service and they're going to compensate you for it financially, right? I think when your service is no longer worth what you're being paid, right? The efforts to put into it, you're not learning as much, like it just feels like you're putting out way too much than you're getting back, and things are out of balance, and you take that to your employer and you say, hey, things are out of balance, and they choose not to do anything. I think at that point, it's time to move. And I've been in that situation where it just feels completely overworked, and it just seems like more and more and more is being placed on me. It's easy for things to slip through the cracks, right? So if you don't write down what it is you need to accomplish, it's easy for deadlines to creep up, and it's also easy for you to overextend yourself. I have 2 projects that I need to get done, okay? I have that in mind now, cool. Then somebody else says, hey, can you work on this thing for me? And you go, oh yeah, I could work that out. I only have 3 projects that I need to work out. Cool, but that project isn't gonna happen for another 2 months. A week later, somebody else asks you, hey, can you work on this project? I need you to work on it for me. It's only gonna be like a 3-week project. Okay, cool. Now I have 3 projects that I'm working on, or is that 4 projects? Maybe it's fine. I can handle all of those because I can handle about 6 projects. And then someone else comes and says, hey, we've got another project. All of a sudden now you've got all of these different moving pieces. And what tends to happen is there's gonna be a point where you have like 8 projects that are all happening at the same time. Maybe one is about to start and one is about to end, and there are 6 of them that are already in progress. You've reached your max, like you've overextended yourself because 6 was the number that was your cap, right? So not writing it down, it's difficult to keep all of that stuff in mind and track it all.